Hey guys, for Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez. More disturbing details are unfolding about Keith Ranier's alleged sex and branding cult called NXIVM, and it's going to make you want to rethink normal social interactions. Last month, we learned that Smallville actress Allison Mack was arrested for sex trafficking conspiracy, and conspiracy to commit forced labor charges. We also learned that Mack's former Smallville co-star Kristen Crook was involved. But now we're getting a first-hand account from a woman who was almost recruited into the cult, thanks to a new article published on Vulture Monday morning. The woman wrote her experience under the name Rachel Goldberg, and she says NXIVM recruited her after she attended one of their parties, which was posed as an introduction to a self-help program titled Executive Success Programs, or ESP. Goldberg described being in a room full of people who all seemed like they had their lives together. She talked about feeling inferior to a lot of their successes, so she kept an open mind about learning how she too could be as successful as they were. She then described a man named Matt explaining the benefits of ESP, despite acknowledging himself that there were rumors of the program being a cult. Then he told the group the price, something like $3,000 for a 5-day intensive program or $7,500 for 16 days. And Goldberg knew she couldn't afford it, but that doesn't mean that some strategically placed reps didn't try and convince her. A rep cornered me and started interrogating me. This went on back and forth for a while until he said, my sister was really struggling. She has 2 kids, single mom, woman of color, trying to make it out of debt. But she sold her car to take ESP because she valued her own potential. And now she's getting promotions and hasn't looked back. That was when the real alarms went off for Goldberg. What kind of program would advise someone really struggling with debt to spend thousands on a professional development workshop? In the end, Goldberg left without signing up, but she did describe feeling drawn to trying the program out. When she finally read headlines about what was actually going on with NXIVM's ESP, she felt sick and in total horror. What I learned from my brief, almost foray into sex culting: cults aren't exclusively made up of freaks or damaged, desperate people, though they may leave that way. They consist of relatively normal individuals, and it's for this reason that they're so frightening. Kristen Crook described a similar encounter. She wrote a statement on Twitter denying reports that she was heavily involved with NXIVM. She says she joined to overcome her shyness and had no idea what was actually going on. Allison Mack, on the other hand, had a prominent role in the criminal side of the cult. She's believed to have been Ranier's right-hand woman and now faces anywhere from 15 years to life in prison. However, she is currently out on bail. That's your news for now. For more on this and the rest of today's story, subscribe to Complex on YouTube. For Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez.